in the morning, and 80s all day and night.
They're not human. They control the Matrix.
SN. Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning, and 80s all day and night.
SN.
And good morning.
Morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Morning.
We got Jim Barney here along with myself and Rich.
What up?
It's Tuesday. Little programming change. The normal visit from All Paws on Deck has been changed to a once a month visit because they've been very, very successful with rehoming their doggies.
Good.
So we don't. Once a month would be good.
Excellent.
So maybe we'll bring in a whole menagerie of dogs. You know, at that
Have
point.
a puppy party.
A puppy party.
How about homing the cats?
Well,
Then I can't be here.
huh?
I can't be.
Why?
I'm,
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're allergic?
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
There's I was actually at Kitty Harbor on Saturday.
Yeah.
My daughter wanted to go, so I took her out there, and she wants to choose a cat, stuff like that. And she's like, so I filled out the application, and she's like, all worried. She goes, what if you're not going to get approved? What if you're not going to? I said, we're going to be fine.
There's plenty of homeless ones walking around.
Yeah, just get out to any of the complexes around town and you can find them,
Yeah.
And she goes, how do you know? And I went, don't worry. I said, it's going to be fine.
How old is your daughter?
It's 15.
15,
Yeah.
So she can't adopt on her own. Huh?
No. So I haven't heard, but there's
To take adoption classes and everything. And
I think so. There's some pet adoption agencies are very strict.
do a background check on you.
I mean, incredibly strict.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the people that rehome dogs, you have to have a fenced-in backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Not everybody's got a fenced-in backyard. So
No, they'll come
in general, most people don't.
No, you can't.
Right.
It's expensive now. But they're gonna come and they're gonna actually come.
Are
look
they
at
going to
your
install
house.
it for you? I don't know.
Well, I had one say, come back and say, well, we don't like the way we're gonna do spot checks. We don't like the way you're.
They'll take the dog.
Yeah. And so yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I got a few things that say otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
don't
give me
think
the
they really-
dog, it's my dog.
That's it.
Yeah.
But make you sign all these contracts.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Some of the I saw one the actual contract
Mhm.
to adopt the dog was like 18 20 pages. It was unreal.
It's like signing a mortgage.
It's worse than a lease.
Yeah. A lease is like what, 1 or 2 pages maybe.
Mine's grown to 6.
Has it?
Wow.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, you're getting a mortgage on a dog.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
I mean, it seems like you think you've got your bases covered, and somebody does something to cause you problems. And
Oh, we have the wrong type of carpet. We can't get this dog. You have to have something or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's true. I mean,
it's fine for people, but a dog can't live on it, huh?
no,
Only the dog cares what color your carpet is.
no,
It's gonna
I
pee
don't
on it
think so.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
So I told her-
I've said for many years there should be a time on any new law that's passed. If it doesn't do what it's accomplished to do in 2 or 3 years, it automatically ceases to be a law.
Well, I think that's what public acts are.
What's that?
That's what public acts are. They're like a time.
public acts.
Yeah, public acts aren't technically statute yet. Public acts, after a certain amount of time, the public act goes through. Then they vote on it again to say whether or not they want it to stay or stay law.
And that's fine. I mean, we got. I mean, what do you got? You got a library bigger than this building of just
Yeah.
laws.
Well, that's where it should be. What does it weight against?
Yeah.
What's the weight? What's the?
Is the financial benefit there, or
Right.
the helpful benefit?
Do they still want to fund it? Basically,
Yeah.
that's what public acts come into. We still want to fund that.
I mean, stuff comes on the books and it never disappears.
How did we get from dogs to public acts?
Well, mention.
Yeah,
I think Rich and I fed off each other there.
Yeah.
All
a
of
little
a sudden, we've gone in a totally different direction.
Well, no, we got there because of all the restrictions in the contracts.
Okay.
That's how we got.
I'm
there.
wondering. I'm
It was a little bit of a bounce, but it was
a little. Oh my god. Let's see. Carol. Hey, Carol says my first dog was a 3-page contract. 18 years later, my last rescue contract was 8 pages.
Wow. Imagine how much stuff they can come up with about adopting a dog to have 8 pages of a contract.
I don't know. You don't have that kind of contract when you're bringing a kid to the pediatrician for crying out loud. Well,
even a car sale is less than.
Yeah. It's crazy. So anyway, so All Paws on Deck will be coming in once a month instead of once a week now. So we made that change this week.
And they'll have plenty of stuff to talk about.
So a couple of subjects today. One is, summer's coming up and a lot of things that we don't think about, as far as safety is concerned.
Yeah, they've already had a couple incidents take place.
Exactly. One with Wyasup Lake.
Wyasup? Yeah.
It's North Stonington.
Yeah.
They had, it was 4 people or 3 people?
3 or 4 went down. They fell out of the canoe or boat, and one of the 12-year-old passed away.
Yeah. So I know they lost 1 person. So it's already starting, and, you hear about these things all the time, and, and it makes it, even more, stings even harder when it's a young child like that. So we're going to talk about that. The other thing is Jim brought it up too before we. There's a little bit of he didn't bring this part up, but there's a little bit of a surge in COVID-19 infections lately.
It's another mutation.
It's another mutation, and there's also another booster shot.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So the question is, are you going to get another booster shot? What is your opinion on that? I'm talking to the people, you that's listening on your computer or on your phone or on your tablet or.
I think it came up because they have the clinic today.
Right, because there's a clinic up at McCluggage Manor, for booster shots. And this is the second booster, is it not? I believe.
I think it's actually the 4th.
This is
what?
Technically, it's number 4.
Well, 4th shot, but second booster.
I think there's 4. I think there's 4 boosters. Isn't it?
No, it's the 4th shot.
Just the 4th.
Yeah,
shot.
2 boosters.
2 boosters.
Yeah, 4th shot. Yeah.
I think it's more than that, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. But anyway, I got the first booster, and I haven't even thought about getting the next one.
No,
I haven't even thought about it.
I thought about it for a hot second.
Yeah. So the thing is what's the general consensus on the second booster?
Jeez, that guy's.
Well, whether it's the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, whichever one it is,
the latest shot.
Yeah, that's a better way to phrasing it, I guess. I would certainly suggest to people that they go out and do their own research before they get another booster, because there's an awful lot of stuff out there. True. It's an independent decision. If you want to get a booster, you want to get another shot, or you want to get a booster, it's your choice as far as I'm concerned.
That's what.
But do your research.
That's what my stance is. Enough with you have to have it. You can't do this or you can't do that if you don't have a shot. What do you do with the flu shot right now? You call your doctor. Should I get it? Doctor says yes or no. Okay, I'll be in whenever the next appointment is, and I'll get my shot. You can't walk the street or get in a car if you're not wearing a shot. If you don't have your shot, it's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never had a flu shot.
No,
and to the best of my knowledge, I've never had the flu.
There you go.
Donna says, "Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
He said, Deb and I received our second booster 2 weeks ago. We had no issues with it. Good. Yeah. I just haven't thought about it. I'm not.
I don't see the need right
Huh?
I don't see the need for me personally anymore. I don't.
Yeah, I'm just I don't know. I don't know. Is the strain that's out now? Is it? They keep getting weaker and weaker.
That's
do
what
they not?
mutations do. Every time the virus mutates, it gets weaker. And honestly, it's the biggest difference is the individual person. That's what.
Yeah. I think a lot of it depends on your individual health. I mean,
Right.
You know, some of us have got so many comorbidities.
Which is why they're at McCluggage today.
Yeah.
Diabetics are going to be really careful about it.
Yeah. They're the worst, one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
They have
I
to
haven't-
worry about it.
Yeah. I haven't. I mean, I'm diabetic. I haven't had any problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not any more than I normally do.
Yeah, but if you were to get when a virus first came out, that
Mhm.
might have been the biggest issue. But now it's like I've talked to people that have had it, and they only found out they had it because they had to test for some reason.
What,
Whenever-
diabetes or COVID?
The COVID, and well, yeah, actually both probably, but
Yeah. Yeah.
they just never showed any signs or symptoms. They just,
I
now-
know somebody that's had COVID over the weekend, or they were diagnosed with it last week, and because they were going to come and do some lawn work for us at the house, can't do it. Why? Got COVID. Oh, I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Sends me a picture of him sitting in a lawn chair holding a beer. Hasn't affected me yet.
I mean, there's certainly much debate about whether the PCR test has any validity at all.
Hmm.
And
Is that the nasal swab?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And there certainly is an awful lot of discussion about the fact that they have to run it up over 35 to 40 cycles in order to even see anything. And it's amazing that last year nobody had the flu, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I always question that. Flu's back, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
No,
back.
yeah, because they've worn out the COVID deaths. And
I think-
there's enough information coming out that a lot of the COVID stuff is. You may die with COVID, but not necessarily die of COVID. I'm not
Mhm.
saying people don't die of COVID, but
some do.
the,
Definitely.
the data out there. If you look at the peer reviewed papers out there, it's
I saw a peer review paper that actually said that you could probably drop the COVID deaths technically by over 25 to 50%.
absolutely, yeah.
Kathy from Matt's Mission. Good morning, Kathy.
Morning,
And,
Kathy.
just made a comment. It's I'm glad you are participating, Kathy. Thank you. She goes, I just recovered from COVID and was in bed for 4 days. I was exposed at a retirement party and 13 people out of 24 tested positive. I took both the home and the PCR tests. So
Well, the home test is still a PCR test, is it not? I believe
I don't
it
even
is.
know.
I think it is.
All I can tell you, in to your point about the validity of that test, we had them. We had the tests. Melissa tested positive. She was in bed for a couple of days. I ended up with the same type of symptoms, and most of it was really, really tired.
Yeah, that was what I had. Was tired.
Yeah.
Tired.
And she tested positive, and I tested negative twice.
The same thing happened at our house. Our test never had it technically, according to a test. Well, every single person in our house had it. And I was feeling sick, not as bad as some people. Kids, they coughed a few times and they were out running around and no problem. But
I mean, I never even had much of the. I know I had a headache. The only thing I had was a tiredness.
yeah, I had a headache and some stuffy. That
Yeah.
was it. But I'm tired. But that's not abnormal.
I mean, it's obvious that everybody has different symptoms. Everybody
Different
is
effects.
different
Yeah.
when it comes to COVID, and whether you had it or you didn't have it. I think everybody had it.
I don't know anybody now that didn't.
Well, I think I had it really before COVID became COVID.
Mhm.
Like in that January.
Yeah.
About a month and a half before things really started locking down. I think I told you that
Mhm.
story where I had this cough. It was a violent cough, and Lisa Coe was here too. And we both had this nasty cough. You couldn't even say a complete sentence without really hacking it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the problem was nothing was coming up. And when it did come up, sorry, but it would look like rubber cement.
Mm-hmm.
It was gray. It was I've never seen anything like it.
Mm-hmm.
Never had any of that either.
That was when it first came out.
That was when, and I didn't have a fever. I was fine. I act, whatever. Jesus, maybe I infected the entire town of Canterbury.
Hey.
Maybe I'm patient zero. I don't know.
My wife had it.
Yeah.
Before it was a thing.
Oh, and then I woke up one morning. It was about 3 weeks later, and I said to Melissa, I said, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, what? I said, my cough, it's just gone. She goes, how can you tell? I said, I can just feel it.
Yeah.
It's just not there anymore.
Yeah, Kathy was working in group homes, and
Mm-hmm.
she had the same thing. November of before, whatever it was.
Yeah.
When it was still the China flu, and before China, before it mutated, and that's when most people got the second mutation.
Yeah.
That's when it wasn't as powerful. But,
So, I don't know.
So you probably had the first one, which
Yeah,
was
but-
the most powerful one.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything to me. But just, if this is what it was.
Probably
See,
won.
I went to the doctor too. And they said, well, you probably just got some kind of weird virus. It's exactly what should I do? Rest. Stay home. That was it.
Yeah.
That was all I was told. It was really nothing you can do, nothing you can take.
No.
It's a flipping virus.
Well, the only
So-
thing we did is we did get the monoclonal antibodies.
Mhm.
Okay. And I had serious reservations about even doing that. But it turns out that probably is one of the most effective things because they've now banned it. Okay. Because it works.
Mhm. You don't need the medications that way, right?
What's that?
Don't need the meds that way. That's a.
I mean, I just took the ivermectin
Mm-hmm.
and maybe hydroxychloroquine is maybe even better. But
That was the one they first came out with, and the doctors was calling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because it works.
Mhm.
It literally works.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, some of the studies that they did, they gave it to the people who were already, initially they were going to the hospital and they were being told to go home and come back if it get worse.
Mhm.
So by the time they came back, many of them were put on ventilators, and all know where their ventilators ended up.
Yeah.
And so they were trying ivermectin then. You got to take it at the beginning. Same with the hydroxychloroquine.
Good morning, Victoria.
Victoria.
She goes, I had it when it wasn't a thing in that January, which is when
Mhm.
I had it. And she goes, I infected hubby and the kids.
Is that in January of 20 that you had it?
2020? Yeah.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
Before
before.
it was even big knowledge.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. It was, they were talking about it, in
It was still
in
a
December, it was like, oh, here comes this thing, and it's going to come across into Alaska. Nobody really, really paid a whole lot of attention to it. Then the WHO said, oh, we're on the foot of a pandemic, and here we are. But
Yeah.
2 years later,
Yeah. Shut the border down.
does it really help?
No, I'm just saying.
That's right. Nobody comes into Jewett City. That's it. You stay in Lisbon. You stay in Plainfield. Okay.
Close the bridges.
We're even skeptical about you people in Glasgow. Stay there. We don't need your infectious germs. We're COVID free.
So what are we gonna do? Put up
Petrogians.
a fence around the world that's around the country so that the birds can't fly in from South America or elsewhere?
I'm in.
Yeah, you get there, huh?
I'll
Oh,
put
the avian flu? Anybody want turkey?
We should put the towers up.
Well, supposedly they're killing tens of millions of birds out in the
Yeah.
Midwest. So I mean, I just think that the food prices are going to continue to escalate, and of course, I mean they're now officially saying that the inflation rate is about 8.5%. But I saw a really good article, and that data.
I thought it was over 10.
Well, that article was based on only 1 month of the Ukraine war going on. So when they extrapolate that month, and they say for the next 12 months, at the end of 12 months, we're going to be at 15% inflation. Now, is that real? I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what some of the economists.
Well,
are
I
saying.
don't know. Let's see. Oil was 220, 230. Now it's 430, 434, 439.
$4.39, I think I paid.
Wow.
I mean, well, look at gasoline was
Right.
$2.19. Now it's it got over $4, but it's back to about 380, 380.
Yeah, I saw 379 up
The
there.
only reason why it's down below is because of that gas tax was relieved for till the end of June or July.
Probably July. I mean,
I don't
fiscal
know.
year probably.
Yeah,
So that would
so-
be June.
and that's 25
25
cents,
cents.
26 cents. Yeah,
That was just the Connecticut gas tax.
Yeah.
right. So they took that off for a while. So that's why gas is down to like 379, 389.
They're gonna have to
Yeah,
make
per
that up
gallon.
somewhere else though. That's later on.
You mean the state?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're not
mean,
giving it up.
Right.
I mean,
It's gonna be
you
in
got
back
the-
end's gonna be hard.
You got the governor out there saying we're going to cut this tax, we're going to cut that tax, we're going to save you this, we're going to save you that. How's he going to do that?
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I mean,
There's no such thing as saving someone on tax because they're
No.
gonna have to make it up.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna get it another way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not getting kicked in the left ass cheek, you're getting it in the right,
Right.
ass cheek coming in a few months. So
Yeah, it's all
I got no
sure.
meat on either cheek, so it hurts either.
It's gonna hurt even more.
What's that?
It's gonna hurt even more.
Yeah.
Bony Barney.
If you want to give me some of your meat, go ahead.
Have you seen my dad? He's
Mm-mm.
he's thin as thin can be.
Really?
Oh, he's like 130 pounds soaking wet. 6'1".
Wow.
Oh yeah, he's thin.
Well, when
That's
I
a meat
graduated
of
from
what?
high school, I was 118 pounds when I graduated from high school.
Really?
That's
Were you
fine.
as tall as you are now, though? Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
In fact, I'm
Yeah.
a little shorter now.
that happens.
Oh yeah. So my dad is he's like very thin. He's always been that way.
Oh, even if you feed him more,
He don't know. He don't eat.
doesn't want to, or he just doesn't. Is that natural
He
thing?
doesn't want to eat. That's just the way he is. His metabolism is crazy. He just doesn't eat.
Wow.
He'll eat toast,
I'll bother that metabolism if you want.
some cup of noodles, and maybe a couple of bites at dinner. That's about it.
Wow.
Really, yeah.
Oh yeah. He doesn't. He doesn't eat much at all.
Wouldn't mind having.
I always worried about that. Like, how can you survive on so little? He loves his toast though. Toast and coffee. Yeah. He's good with that.
Well, it makes you wonder back in the I don't know, historical days, did they really eat as much as we do today? So are we overfeeding ourselves, or was what he eating more natural than what we eating now?
Well, I think the quality of the food that we ate
Was a lot,
100
yeah.
years ago. I mean, you look at your soils are all depleted. The
Mhm.
trace minerals are gone, and then got all these pesticides that we use, like the Roundup. I mean, the major
Mhm.
chemical there is glyphosate.
Mm.
I remember having a discussion with an environmental scientist about they're using this on the plants. I says, well, what's to keep this from coming? Because the roots take it, bring it up into the plant and kill the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Well, aren't they putting that into the fruit that we're eating from the plant?
Pretty much.
No.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to kill yourself, put more Roundup on your lawn.
Well, I don't bother doing any of that. So
Me neither.
the dog fertilizes it for us. I don't.
So we're gonna get into in a couple of minutes, and now we're getting into some summer safety.
Yep.
There was that accident down in North Stonington where a 12-year-old drowned.
It's not even swimming time yet.
Yeah. Do you think, Rich, that and I ask you because being a first responder and you're an educator, and do you feel that people don't spend enough time on safety education, or do you think they do?
No, nowhere near the time that they should.
What do you think is the biggest piece of it people miss?
And flotation devices.
Yeah.
When it comes to water.
Okay.
Yeah, because And you can never say this wouldn't have happened or that wouldn't happen because stuff happens no matter what. But wearing a flotation device, it's most of the time pretty obvious. What does it do? It stops you from going
Sinking.
under.
Yeah.
But if you do it and use it right, that's also a big part of you have to put them on ahead of time. A lot of the times, like a lot of the regulations right now, if you're over, I think it's 13 or something like that, you don't have to wear one between this time or that time. The rules are.
Is that because of the temperature of the
Temperatures.
water?
Right. What we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, is that standard throughout the state of Connecticut? Because
Yes.
I know different states have different.
yeah,
regulations.
actually, I was looking it up just to make sure. No person under the age of 12 may operate a vessel that is propelled by a greater than 10 horsepower unless they have a SBC or CPWO. It's like, really? I mean,
That's some kind of license for.
Yeah. Safe border course. And they are accompanied by a person who is at least 18 years of age with a safe border course and public water. Person under the age of 16 may be permitted to operate a vessel and all that. But when it comes down to PFDs, it's like, well, where do we find the PFDs? So,
And this is the kind of show that we put on that people will go, and they'll click off. They
Right.
don't want to watch.
right.
You know,
It's
but
the
this
most
is
important.
But this is the type of show that could, I mean,
Mhm.
Rich with Jim, with all his knowledge and all the training he's been through and what he does for a living and everything, this is stuff that he knows about. So this is information that that you get paid to teach,
Right.
So, and this is the exact same stuff that people will click off of this broadcast because it's just not exciting enough.
Yeah, who's like, oh, I don't have time for that. Well, the kid,
But
the
they
drown.
They
Yeah.
got time to watch some junk on TV.
Right.
for
They're
4 or 5
going,
hours a
like,
day.
yeah.
So forget about the 12-year-old being
Well, he should have been wearing a life
right. It
jacket.
should have been one of those parents, one of those adults that put a life preserver on this kid.
Well, it didn't say he had to wear a life preserver, did it?
So, well, life jackets must be worn by anyone under 13 who are underway or in a manually propelled or
Also, under 13,
you have to wear one no matter what.
Well, that's
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
From October 1st to May 31st, you have to wear them on manually propelled vessels regardless of age. So they still haven't reached the point where even if you're over 13, you don't have to wear one.
And there's a reason for stuff like
Right,
this.
and there's
because
big-
people drown.
Well, that and then you're in cold water.
Yeah.
I mean, up here, the water is always cold. Your body temperature is 98.6. The water up here never gets that warm. So you're always going to get hypothermic no matter what. If you're in the water.
What's the general temperature of the water?
I want to say 80s. So your
Well,
body
that's
temperature.
maybe in peak summer.
Yeah, and hot
Yeah.
tide. Yeah. So now you're dropping your temperature down because it soaks in the cold and you lose the heat. So you're dropping it down to hypothermic levels no matter what. So your muscles are going to seize up at some point, and especially this time of year. And you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
There's no chance you can. Those people that made it to shore barely made it to shore, from what I understand. I think they were actually pulled out or swam to shore. But
Well, I mean, at this time of year, even on Saturday, which was not a bad day, except that actually the breeze made it pretty cool.
yeah, wind chill. Yeah.
The wind chill, and you got some clothing on. I mean,
That's going to
I'm
weigh
not
in.
much of a swimmer to begin with, and if I had a jacket on or something in my shoes, high probability I go to the bottom.
All right,
And-
so
yeah.
we'll get more into it in
Yeah.
a minute. We're going to take a quick break,
Right.
but this is one of those programs, folks, that you really kind of want to just kind of sink your teeth into a little bit and sit and listen, because this is good information from a professional that knows and has seen and been through it. So let's give them the platform in a minute right here on SNSN.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Casasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by any of our branch locations today. Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank, with offices in Norwich, Jewett City, and Plainfield. Member FDIC. Do you Casasa?
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbaum. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So, come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbaum. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, Miranda Mahoney here from Grizzled Pride, your local drug prevention coalition. So, marijuana, now legal in Connecticut, but there are some things you really should know. It's only legal for people 21 and older. And always secure your cannabis products like edibles, vape pens, dabs, and of course marijuana in a locking storage container and keep it out of sight and of reach of kids. Kids don't know the difference between a THC edible gummy and a candy gummy you might buy at a store. There's many resources available at grizzledpride.org or our Facebook and Instagram pages. And parents, you are your child's greatest influence. Talk early, talk often about the risks of substance use on their developing brains. Check out grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org.
There are all sorts of advertisements that ask you to shop local. When you think local car service and repair, look to Winton Automotive on North Main Street, Jewett City. When you go to Winton Automotive, you deal directly with the owner, Ken Winton. How's that for peace of mind? Brakes, tires, oil changes, or general maintenance. And Winton Automotive even posts helpful info on Facebook that may prevent costly repairs. Winton Automotive, North Main Street, Jewett City, proud sponsor of Wolverine Baseball on SNSN.
You see the signs everywhere. No alcohol if under 21. No tobacco under 21. No vaping supplies under 21. It's 21 for a reason.
Youth that use alcohol are more likely to engage in other risky behaviors, such as gambling. Learn the warning signs and how to talk to your children about addiction.
It's 21 for a reason. Brought to you by CIRAC and funded in partnership with SAMHSA. Find out more at CIRACCT.org.
Family owned and operated. That's something you don't hear too often anymore. Highway Campers of Plainfield is now 3 generations in and going strong. If you're looking to upgrade or get your first RV, contact the family that knows RVs, Highway Campers. They'll walk you through the process of finding the right RV for you and can even finance it for you. Visit www.highwaycampers.com and find your home on wheels. After all, home is where you park it. Highway Campers is a proud supporter of Griswold Youth Football.
Your community radio.
Live from Main Street.
Mike Minarski and Rich Wasilick in the morning. And 80s all day and night.
SNSN.
All right, here we go. We are back on a Tuesday.
Beautiful Tuesday. Nice.
Mike, Jim, and Rich.
Didn't do the weather. Tell him what he's doing outside.
Well, all I know is it rains every day. We have a baseball game program now. Every single day without any kind of fault. It's always there. So today is supposed to be Griswold versus Killingly.
Really?
Oh, yeah. However,
was supposed to be.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't.
It's supposed to.
They haven't called it yet.
It rained pretty hard last night at times, I think.
Well, the Griswold High School field is you can't drain it.
No,
it's difficult. Yeah,
some pump.
Where they're going to put it? Where they're going to put the water? Yeah, but they don't have any kind of pump. They just push it around. But as far as it's sinking into the ground, no, goes nowhere.
No, not good soil conditions up there.
No, it's awful. So they've been talking about, for a while now, for redoing the field and everything. But it's a budget thing, and
it's a big bill.
Yeah, it's a big bill. All right, so we're going to do a show tomorrow on breast augmentation.
What's your favorite?
Yeah. So let's see how many people jump into that conversation. But you talk about, how you can get your life saved, and nobody wants to hang out for that.
You know what you should do is a survey. You have a third nipple.
Well, we're degenerating already.
Yeah, here we go. We're going straight to hell. Victoria says living with a fireman is like living with Debbie Downer. Wah, 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 wah. He's all about safety. I get in trouble for my lawn cleanup practices all the time, and I won't mention the candles.
Oh yes. Yeah.
You ever see Debbie Downer?
Oh yeah.
On Saturday Night Live.
Wife tells me all the time.
Oh, it's hilarious. I love Debbie Downer.
That's your nickname?
Oh, not Debbie Downer, but
Rich Downer?
yeah, that's right.
Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer is somebody that just goes, And the other day I was talking about the flu and people were dying because nobody cares about that. And then she give a face like in here. Wah, wah. It's a Saturday Night Live skit. God.
Well, it's tough being realistic. Yeah.
So how much of your audience did you lose? This
Oh,
morning?
half. Yeah. Because it's not exciting enough. You know what I mean? It's not riveting. We're not talking about death, grief, sorrow, and murder.
Well, imagine if you set fire to the fixtures in here and you had that on. You'd have the biggest audience you ever had.
Yeah, especially the Jewett City Savings Bank. They'd be watching that one.
Do
too.
a show in South Carolina, public hanging or shooting, execution.
Yeah, people watch that. Well, the talk show about it, they would, because they would watch.
I mean, live. We'll put it on. Huh? We'll do it live.
You want to know something? As much as people didn't want to talk about COVID, or they said they didn't want to talk about COVID,
that's all they want to see.
I'm telling you, we did more numbers over the last 2 years talking about COVID than anything else.
You know what it is? It's what brings the what do they call that? How Facebook and Instagram decide what gets put up.
Well, look at the news, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The news is you don't hardly ever hear a story about something really good,
right?
It's all the carnage and all the damage and all.
That's what people want to see.
Mm-hmm. What are we, a sadistic society?
From the beginning,
absolutely,
from the beginning.
Look at Griswold now.
Right. I was going to say people will jump on Griswold now instead.
You put something out there about the school, here's a program that's coming up. No engagement. Nothing. Nothing at all. You think your phone.
That's your alarm to go.
Oh. Nobody's getting a call. All right. So no engagement. Yeah. You talk about, the creepy dude that no one knows is walking down your street. Next thing you know, there's like 100 comments.
Yeah, why are they evacuating the school? Why everybody hurry up, go to the school? Oh, they're running a fire drill. Sorry, people.
Yeah. My God, there's a meteor that fell. Nope, it was just a rainstorm. But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
People are all over that stuff. And why?
Because since the beginning of time, that's what people liked. Misery.
I will tell you this.
And they don't want safety practices. They want to know after the person's dead. That's what brings in the news. That's
most of the kerfuffle that I see on Griswold now is fake.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay,
take it off.
All
right.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Good
Bye, Jim.
See
ya.
Good conversation last night at this public health and safety meeting.
Thank you.
We could get some people to show up for that, and maybe they get some inputs from them.
Yeah. Find out what to do on a show.
Oh, you mean public health and safety?
Yeah. The committee. You just lose
no one will care.
You just lose another half.
I'm telling you. I'm just being realistic. No one will care. There'll be 3 people. And I'm not saying I'm not putting you down for your idea. It's just what will happen.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with all the boards. I mean,
if we start talking about hermaphrodites and the men that love them, holy crap.
You can't say that. Say
well, what? It's a medical condition. Holy crap. I mean, we'll do numbers like crazy. Jeez.
It's true though.
All right, John says, here comes the summer. Just a couple of comments from my experience as a seasonal summer assistant supervisor for East Lyme Park and Rec. We trained all of our summer staff, the gate attendants and boardwalk attendants, all had to be CPR certified. You speak to that?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely should be. That's actually East Lyme was going to have me do one of the classes for the employees in East Lyme. But, the closer, the sooner someone gets CPR or first aid performed on, the better chance of survival they have. 6 minutes, you start to go brain dead permanently.
Right.
And it's, first responders are not going to get there in time to stop that from happening. So the first responder technically is going to be, like John said, the people that are there when it occurs. Defibrillation, same thing.
Yeah.
First 6 minutes is when it's most effective. It's going to take 6 minutes at least for a first responder to get to the scene. So whoever is actually there to do it when that happens are the ones that provide that person with the best chance of survival. So those park attendants, gate attendants are going to be right there when it happens. So that's a good point.
So Victoria says, because you mentioned that page so often, Grizzled, now I tried to join. They wouldn't let me in.
See, you're saving yourself a lot of heartache.
Well, no, I hear that they won't let you in if you're not a Grizzled resident. Yet there are so many non-Grizzled residents in there.
Well, they're probably friends of the admin or somebody.
I don't know. I don't know. So I really don't know what the rule is as far as that is concerned.
What do you just have to say? I'm a Grizzled resident. I mean, or it's got to be in your profile, right? I think it's got to be your.
I have no idea. All I know is
Grizzledville or something.
Yeah, there are people that are. You take the non-Grizzled residents out of there, you've wiped out half the people.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, you've wiped half of them out.
Oh, good. There's probably a lot of the negative ninnies too.
Yeah. The reason why I mention the Victoria sometimes is it's just now this is not anything against Carl Lucier, who runs the page. I mean, he works at it.
It's probably not easy.
It's
all
not.
The negative.
It is not.
Yeah.
And Carl's a saint for doing it because it is a big pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people understand what it's like. Be an admin for a day, on that page and go through some of that crap. So Carl's to the point now he just deletes shit.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like that page is just one big mess. One big, just, it's not, nothing is really.
Kind of like reading fiction.
Yeah, it is all fiction. But they want to, it's, you'll get a post like, I heard, I think I saw, those kind of comments.
What are all those sirens for?
Huh?
What are all those sirens for?
Yeah. Or I thought I heard a big boom.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody hear that? What's the gas price today? What's the oil price today? Why does Atlantic Broadband suck? Can somebody find my dog? I think people post that they're looking for their dog and their dog's really not missing. They just want to see how many people.
It's a test. This is a test. Snapchat.
Rich, you should talk about blue light usage.
Oh.
People don't seem to understand what it means. I never even heard of blue light.
Who's asking
usage.
that? Right?
Victoria.
Victoria?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what that means.
So, blue lights basically mean you're a volunteer firefighter, EMT, and it's a courtesy light.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to pull over for them. But you got to understand also. Legally, you do not have to pull. They cannot blow through red lights. They can't blow through stop signs. But people have to understand, and I think one of the funniest stories I read was a guy that refused to pull over for someone with a blue light and didn't realize that person was actually responding to their house for an emergency. So they slowed down and they took their time driving, and that responder ended up not being able to get to the emergency on time in a quick fashion. But it is a courtesy light, though. It is not a light that says you have to pull over. That's why a lot of times I don't even put anything on. It's quicker because people are going to drive faster.
Did anything tragic happen to that?
Yeah, his house was burning down. Yeah. Yep. That was in another state on the other side of and different lights mean different things in different states. And like blue lights for Connecticut are volunteer firemen. Some have red lights and sirens. Mm-hmm. You do have to pull over for those because it's the same statute. And not the only thing, 3 or 4 in a department will be allowed to have them by state statute. You go to Rhode Island and Mass, blue lights are police. So it's a different state, different law. So it depends on where you are.
Mine are blue and green laser light in my car.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it means all skate in the forward skating direction.
Well,
That's what it
Connecticut does
means.
have a green light also, which is
Really?
EMS. But also the problem they're running into is they did change some of the laws, and DOT uses some green lights on their trucks now, so, in the rear.
Doesn't it get confused? I would get confused. Like,
Well, I guess the best thing you can think of is red and white. You have to pull over with siren, and if you have red lights is on and flashing strobes, you have to have the siren on. So
yeah.
Well, it's interesting though. That's a good question. I heard I saw some comments on that on one of the Facebooks recently, actually.
What about blue lights? Yeah.
They were getting all upset, but people, a lot of people don't know what they mean. That's
What do you mean?
Well, they just don't understand what the lights mean. It's different lights mean different things. Like yellow and amber are for people doing work, like construction and some yard work. So basically, it's like a warning. Hey, there's possible hazard.
Got it. Got it.
Red lights, white lights are emergency vehicles. Blue lights are courtesy lights. And green lights are warning lights. So it's all.
Yeah.
And again, when you go into another state, you have to look up what everything means.
So getting back to prevention.
Yes, safety.
Safety
you
prevention.
Sure you want to lose everybody again?
Well, hey, it's up to them. You did a class last week at the Jewett City Fire Department.
Yeah,
and it was free. It was CPR.
Yeah, we had a good showing.
And
I was surprised, actually.
Yeah,
it was a good showing.
And if you wanted the certificate, you had to pay $30. But if you didn't, it was just free, and that was the end of it. So is this the first in a series of
public health
trainings?
Public health and safety. We're going to try and do trainings every once in a while for the public, free or as little as possible charge, because there is overhead and the town doesn't pay for that. But
what?
Yeah. The next one we're going to do is May.
Isn't it a little redundant? We want safety, but we're not going to pay to teach people about safety.
Well, it's not in the budget. I don't know how that works, honestly. We didn't ask, honestly, because we don't have a budget for public health and safety. It's all volunteer.
Yeah. Okay.
So we could ask if they're willing to come throw in a bone here or there. But the next class is, what do you call it? Human trafficking awareness. So we're going to go over what parents should be really looking out for with their kids. Some signs that trafficking might be attempting to take place, stuff like that.
Well, I know for a fact there are a lot of parents out there that as soon as something that registers with them as being creepy, it's all of a sudden it's human trafficking.
It's a very good possibility.
I mean, it is a possibility, but there are some definite signs. Like, for example, what's one of them? Talk about the sign.
Well, I mean, there's signs that they've already taken place. One is the panhandling and the kids with the panhandlers. That's another one sign. People working long hours in restaurants or stores, farms, stuff like that. And then people don't realize they give them the money, then they have to go cash the money and then give it back to the people that are at the farm. And call it a rental fee because they've been trafficked and they're paying their rent to stay there. Those are people usually come from like Mexico or other countries like that. Social media sucks the younger generation in like crazy. So we're going to talk about that and the things to look out for. Like especially
what's one?
Modeling.
Okay.
Modeling commercial. Oh, you're beautiful. Come, we'll do a test on you for modeling. And then they'll doll you all up and they'll get a lot of the young girls, very young girls, hooked on drugs while you're tired, take this, try this. And then they get them hooked. And then that's like the hook, line, and sinker. Come meet me on social media. You're beautiful. If you have low self-esteem, they'll actually look for the profile showing girls with low self-esteem, and boys, believe it or not, are also trafficked a lot. They just don't want to talk about it. And There's people out there that go to girls' social media profiles and see that they look like they have a low self-esteem, or posting a lot of selfies all over the place, this and that, and then, oh, you're beautiful, and they'll start talking to them through Messenger, and then they'll suck them in, and come meet me, and then you never see them again. Actually went to school with a girl in Montville that happened to,
and then just gone.
No, they're still draining ponds and wells and stuff looking for her. They have a good idea where she went, but the guy got confessed. But
he did?
Yeah. It's a very common thing. And a lot of them they travel other places where they can't be found, other states. And so that's a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about. And I think parents really need to take a deep look at it. It's a very big problem right now. Huge. And we're not just going to be talking about sex trafficking, where it's also going to be labor trafficking also a little bit. So,
now, what is labor trafficking?
Well, I was talking about working on the farms.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah. So a lot of the people like Mexico, they open the border up, but you still can't get in without paying coyotes and stuff. So they'll actually traffic you up, just bring you in on ships, tractor trailers, and then you have to pay your way, and they end up paying for the rest of their life sometimes. So we're gonna be, it's only a 2-hour
these
class.
Are things I wouldn't even I wouldn't even think of.
Like a lot of the signs hanging up around town, come if you want this, come talk to us, come call this number. Well, who do you know is on the other end of that number? And it's a 2-hour class. It's free. We'll even throw in some hors d'oeuvres for you.
What?
Free food. But it's a lot of free, good information. We're going to also pass it through the Board of Ed. I think a lot of teenagers should look at some of the stuff as well, because it'll be a little surprising to them. So.
Well, a lot of it's surprising to me.
Yeah. One of the big things we learned when we did the first responder class was it Xbox, PlayStation. A lot of those are used to suck kids in for trafficking, because you can talk to people other places now. So
it's scary. It's scary. I mean, I wouldn't, just like the things that you've mentioned already, or I could see like the social media stuff, but I never would even have thought that leaving a sign or signs around town, call for this, call for that, was even anything that would have to do with any kind of human trafficking.
There was some info from New York City about subway stations. They actually have officers assigned to look for possible victims in subway stations and get them help before they get sucked in. Because the kids that run away hang out at subway stations, and the traffickers actually look for those kids, and then they go pick them up.
All right. We'll be back. I'm going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to go ahead and talk about the holidays that you should be celebrating that you didn't know that existed in the first place.
Oh, giddy up.
More fun than we should be allowed to have on a Tuesday morning. Be back in a minute.
I thought I saw the sun too.
What?
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Don't just wish for a winning deal, make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish, make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish, make a dish.
Telling my girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard.
But Mom's early detection gave us time to make a plan.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
We love the 80s.
Your internet home for big 80s hair and big 80s hits.
When you hear the call, you got to get it underway.
SNSN.
All right, good morning. Welcome back. Hey, Red.
Whoop!
You can't do that. You can't yell into the microphone like that. Ow!
This better.
It's a little bit.
Okay.
You're not wearing headphones, so you wouldn't know.
No, they were in front of Jim, so I let him hear it.
We could be ASMR radio. Everybody just, as long as you're not driving.
Oh, a little bit.
Close your eyes. Here we are talking about public safety this morning. And here I am. Yeah. You're driving, close your eyes. Not if you're driving.
No, please no.
Just to kind of go back real quick. Tim says school boards nationwide should ditch the CRT and implement CPR. It's a positive investment for all.
Actually require to teach you CPR before you graduate. So.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at silly holidays. You ready?
You get it?
All right. Today is National Amaretto Day.
I like amaretto.
Do you like amaretto?
Sure.
It's made out of what, almonds?
Yes. I believe so, yeah.
It's Bicycle Day.
Well, that's probably why I saw the kids walking their bikes up the road.
Here you go. They probably had absolutely no idea that today is Bicycle Day. Today is Humorous Day.
Oh.
Did you know that humor increases productivity and brain power and reduces stress and anxiety?
Yes.
And it helps people cope, keeps people from burning out, strengthens your immune system, and creates world peace.
Creates world peace.
World peace. Yeah.
Tell the Russians, Ukrainians start laughing, then that'll help.
Whoops. Oh, there we are. Okay. Yeah. So today is Humorous Day.
That's why you have dark humor.
Yeah. This is, like I said, this is one of the, these are the holidays that you should be celebrating. You didn't know that existed in the first place. You ever heard of John Parker?
No.
Today is John Parker Day.
Who's he?
John Parker, born on July 13th, 1729, was a farmer mechanic and had fought in the French and Indian War. He was selected as the militia captain in his hometown of Lexington, Massachusetts, and it was on one fateful morning in April of 1775 when events transpired that set a group of colonists on an inexplorable path towards freedom or defeat, and gave Captain John Parker a spot in history books and his own day.
Really?
So what did he do, right?
Yeah, what did he do? That was
In the spring of 1775, British General Thomas Gage had orders to seize these stores of weapons that were accessible to colonists. On April 18th, he directed... Okay, so he had something to do with that. Okay, it's just way too much. What is going on here?
Oh, cameras.
Huh?
Cameras.
Oh, your camera's at home? All right, so it's John Parker Day.
I wonder if that's what the movie was made of. Remember, what's that name? What Mel Gibson played in?
I don't know.
Sounds like...
It's National Garlic Day.
Oh, garlic. I love garlic, too.
Yep. It is National Hanging Out Day.
I'll hang out.
It's not about that, though. It's about something totally different.
Really?
It's about hanging out your laundry to dry and getting that special spring scent in the air into your clothes.
May have a problem today, then. That's a... Although there's more sun out now. So
here's something that is not very happy, but it is the Oklahoma City bombing commemoration day.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Understand that.
It's Rice Ball Day.
Make some rice balls?
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Chinese rice balls?
I think so.
Mm.
And then the last one, which is, I don't know, possibly the most important, National Stress Awareness Day.
So that goes with the laughing.
Yeah. I noticed that, like a lot of these holidays, they really kind of go off of each other. I have set in and I've sent in a holiday for Vampire Day.
Oh, really?
For Jewett City Vampire Day.
What day would that be?
I don't remember, but I haven't heard back from them.
No?
So,
well, I mean, they have rice balls and stuff, so I hope they get...
You got Rice Ball Day, so should be able to have Vampire Day. Stress can be defined as a physical response to the body to changes during which chemicals are released into the blood. There are so many reasons why people become stressed, such as issues with finances, relationships, work, sudden traumatic events, life. Yeah. There are many warning signs and damaging effects of stress, such as anxiety, depression, dizziness, dry mouth, headaches, upset stomach, diarrhea, and constipation at the same time.
That's a little...
A weak immune system, back pain, stiff neck, and other tight muscles. Fatigue, insomnia, weight gain or loss. So everything causes stress. Everything in this world, everything you feel is an indicator of stress.
Yeah, depends on how you react. Depends on how your body reacts. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I would imagine you gain weight if you do if you're stressed out and you eat a lot. Or some people get stressed out and don't eat at all, so you probably lose weight.
I guess so. But it seems like everything causes, or everything you feel is a stress indicator. Let's see. April is National Garden Month. It's National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Month. It's Humor Month. It's National Kite Month.
Well, it's windy, so that makes sense.
National Lawn Care Month. National Minority Health Month. It's Pecan Month. It's Children and Nature Awareness Month. Celebrate Diversity Month. Alcohol Awareness Month. Canine Fitness Month. It's
everything.
Yeah, Dog Appreciation Month. International Black Women's History Month. Social Security Month. It goes on and on. So those are the holidays that you should be celebrating that you didn't know that existed in the first place. So anyway, look at that. We have bored the crap out of everybody. We're out.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tuesday's a rough day. If I'm telling you, if it's not about death, grief, sorrow, and murder, or something that'll make you turn your head, like rubbernecking on a highway because you see an accident, they're not staying.
I can offend people if it makes them happier.
Yeah, no.
I can do that.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for showing on up today. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow with Paul Ash right here on SNSN. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Lisa Griffin of Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank. Well, some banks offer checking account rewards, and some banks rebate ATM withdrawal fees. At Eastern, we say, why choose? Check out our Casasa checking accounts and find out how you can get both. For more information, visit bankeasternct.com, call us at 860-889-7381, or stop by